Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about puck screens. Do you need one? Do you want one? And are they worth the money? Let's get into it. So to start with, there are probably two types of puck screen that I've come across. So you've got this one, which is the one I've had for absolute ever. So this is by Shades of Coffee, a company that in the UK who do everything for the Gazia Classic basically. It's a 0.2mm stainless steel 50 micron mesh basically. And then the other style, which you're probably more familiar with, this is a Posada 58.5 one, but this is a 1.7mm 150 micron mesh. Now, in my experience, my testing, there's no difference between the two of them. They're both giving the same sort of taste. I presume that's the same extraction, although I can't measure it. They both give me the same sort of pressures at the pump on the gauge. They both give me the same sort of shot times. So I guess really, it's the pros and cons of each and which you want to use and why you want to use it. So first off, let's start with the really small, thin mesh. Now, this one for me, main positives, super easy to clean. You know, because it's so thin, it's really easy to clean. It's only a single layer stainless steel disc, so there's no mesh to sort of get in between. I know some people with this one, they're like, I don't know, using ultrasonic baths or something, because obviously it's layers. One layer, super easy to clean. Also, because it's so thin, it doesn't take away any of the heat from your puck. You'll find compared to this guy, it is a lot heavier. This, a lot lighter, a lot thinner. Only really negative I can find is that it's only 50 micron holes. So some say that obviously when you finished your shot, back pressure and all of that, it can pull up some fines. So that's why these, which are obviously a finer mesh, can help combat that. But you know, back flushing everything, I don't really think that's a massive issue. The only negative really I've got of this one is mine has slightly started, you probably cannot see that, but it started to deform a bit. It's not as flat as it once was, but I do presume once it's under pressure, it will probably flatten itself out. So apart from that, can't think of any negatives. On to the bigger boy, the Posada 58.5. I think this is basically exactly the same as the Normcore one you can get on Amazon, so I'll link that below. Thicker mesh, so 1.7mm, so it's vastly heavier in the hand. It's also sort of colder to the touch, so unless you preheat it, it is going to take some heat out of your brew, but I think it's probably very marginal, the amount it's going to take out. I quite like the design of these, I quite like the thickness. I like the fact that, although I don't think it's maybe doing anything, that 150 micron mesh as this one is, maybe is reducing those fines in the system, which is always something nice. I do find this one comes out of the puck slightly easier than the thinner mesh. And I've also found that when I use this one, the portafilter is actually tighter. So I presume there's obviously less headspace between the shower screen and the puck. So also when I knock it out, this one, definitely the puck comes out cleaner than if I use this guy. Now, I don't know why that is. I presume just because it's slightly more pressured in the basket, so when you knock it out, it comes out easier. So that's a pro. But it is much harder to keep it clean with it being multi-mesh. So they're probably the pros and cons. You know, for me, I think I probably prefer using the thicker mesh purely because I think I can clean it quite well. I also like the fact it's locked slightly tighter in the machine, and I also like the way it knocks the puck out cleaner, so it's just less cleaning at the back end. Now obviously some people say these increase extractions ever so slightly, but I would probably say, I think from the videos that I've watched and whatever, a puck on top is probably almost scatter within the equipment being used to measure extraction. It could also be the puck prep slightly different, so I wouldn't take it as that. The main reason I would get one is purely to keep your shower screen clean. You know, if you brewing coffee, you're brewing shots and you don't use a shower screen, you will find that coffee is stuck to it after every single shot. Now, even with this screen, I would advise obviously you still flush for a second or two afterwards, but you'll find there's pretty much minimal to no coffee grounds on that shower screen. And that's the main reason why I use one. So as ever guys, I'll link these down in the description below. If you found this video useful or if you've got any questions, do give us a shout in the comments. It'd be great to hear from you. Please like, please subscribe. Plenty more coffee content coming. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.